my god, another one.
Another one.
Oh my god, another one.
Another one.
Oh. Wait. Can you hear me, guys? Sound check. Sound check. Hello, guys. How are we doing today? Loud and clear. Great. Great. You sound different. Yeah, my throat haven't been the best, so I may sound a little bit different today. Sorry about that. I catched either a cold or the corona. But I'm feeling better and better, so should be good. But yeah, sorry if I getting coughing attacks or sound too sick. But yeah, let's see. I think we can go through this one without major issues. Yeah, I plan not to run too long today, so around 2-3 hours should be good. So sorry. So yeah, I got a few very exciting news that I'm looking forward to both pass to you, but also to proceed to the next level. Free to play announcement. No, that's not it. So Dan Lundgrens. No, I should be good. So, as you know, last Thursday when I had Sebastian online, you were extremely helpful to help us pinpoint certain issues we're looking for when we were running specific profiling tools to identify specific large-scale battle issues. And like me and Sebastian said, it was very quickly until we have exactly the data we needed, right? And so the day after, Sebastian went through all of that with the coders in that area, the networks coder, and it was very clear what they had to do. So obviously our goal is to fix that and then see if we can recreate a battle to just see that everything is indeed working as intended. And the good news are it's already fixed. So they made some very huge optimization performance, changed specific parts where we had absolutely largest bottleneck. And this is also involved with the interest list range. So there's two things that are coming out of this, which I know you guys have been asking for a very long time. So the plan are to next week we plan to deploy a patch, and me and Sebastian are up for another stream the next Thursday after the patch, and we really hope you guys will revisit the same place and time, because that's when we guys, with your help, will confirm the server doesn't have those issues anymore, which obviously is a huge milestone for us to reach now already, which means we will be able to perfectly support very large scale battles down the road when we also deploy TC and sieging, which obviously is important that such large scale battles can work flawlessly on the server side. So that's the first part, and what this also ties into is that so I mentioned this a little bit before as well, that a lot of you guys have been asking for increasing specific range on specific data, such as seeing the player earlier and getting the name, guild and gear and specific animation earlier to make sure that battle and identifying friends and foes, you do that early and quickly so you can adapt on the battlefield. The only reason we haven't pushed those numbers is because the bottleneck we had in the interest list system, and that we have pretty much made the interest list system cost non-existent, which is amazing news. So this means we're patching next week. We will have a stream with event, and hopefully many of you guys can show up again, so we can crush those numbers, and you will see that all the actions data works as it should. Obviously, we haven't done more when it comes to frames optimization, so you can still expect your client FPS to obviously get a huge hit if that many players shows up again. That's natural, and we can't avoid that at this point. That's expected, obviously. But you should be able to see all the swings, all the attacks, and fight just simply with worse frames. So that's a very huge thing for us. What if you have a 4090? Then you can expect better frames for sure. So obviously, the frames on the client is completely based on your CPU and GPU. But yes, we are fairly certain that we have solved this huge bottleneck, and now the server can support probably the world's largest battlefields in this type of detail and this complexity of a MMORPG. So that's a very exciting milestone for us to reach. You know, we are a small team, and having those numbers will be quite impressive, I think. So obviously there's also other bottlenecks next to this, but this is a very huge milestone that we need to get sorted. So so this means, like I said, also that we after this first stress test this next Thursday, we will in the next patch tweak the range numbers, because now we can afford those, which means you will see players from greater distance, and you will see those important data earlier, such as armor, gear, name tags, guild tags, and their animation. If they're shooting arrows, for instance, you will be able to see that at a greater distance. So overall, a huge step to supporting large-scale battles and even greater distances to identify players. So I'm very much looking forward to see this in action, obviously, as you are. Not until we have seen it, that's when we know, as a final fact that, okay, we can handle those hundreds on the field in the same location without server issues. That's the goal here. So yeah, Thursday next week, hopefully we'll have a moment to spare again to gear up or come naked if you don't want to risk anything. And we go to this location, and Sebastian will join me as well during this stream. It was great time last stream. So he will pop in again and say hello to you guys and monitor everything again, just to see that everything is running as expected, and also, looking further into the next part that are not a current issue, but we want to stay on top of things. What is the next thing that we need to prepare for, so to say. How much extra distance are we talking about here to see people? So if you just go, when you're on the same node and you load another player, you know that you can see a player very far away until he's around 5 pixels tall and then disappears, right? So we can increase that range a little bit. We don't see the need to increase that part insanely much more. I mean, 5 pixel tall character, that's very far distance. It's already the furthest distance in an MMORPG. But we want to crank up especially the data that you want to be able to get earlier, such as name, guild, and gear, and that you can see if he's shooting an arrow or something like that from distance as well. So yeah, that's exciting news, and I think it's great for getting those pieces in place already now and confirmed already now, so we can be more relaxed when delivering the content and features that obviously are going to promote those kind of large scale battles eventually. North Savage, thank you for the raid. I also think I got a few subs or donation before I was starting. I want to thank you guys as well. Yeah, Nostronaut, thank you for the the month. That's crazy. Thank you. And Stone Father, thank you as well for 4 months. So yeah, thank you very much. Henrik, hope you feel better, man. Get better soon. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm getting better. I feel better than yesterday. So just my throat and some coughing left, but I'm pretty good. I'm getting better. Statue of Schnauz in Tinram. Can we get one? I'm not sure. You have to have a great impact in the game for the Emperor to raise a statue of anyone. But in your own player city, eventually, why not? Yeah, so what I mean with our numbers is when you compare the same type of MMO, World War MMOs with tanks, etc., EVE Online, obviously there are quite a few other MMOs with impressive stats in different ways, right? But what I mean is the character system we have and the detail of the characters, the traces, the hitboxes, armor, all those details you don't have in those games. So when you start comparing within the same type of component, that's when I think we are in a very impressive position. But yeah, obviously if we compare EVE Online's large scale battles, which is quite different from our character battles, it's very difficult to compare the data because it's different data, if that makes sense. So you know, for instance, World of Warcraft, how far you can see another player is very much shorter than Immortal Online, even though we have much more complex character data, better graphics and so on in terms of details. Obviously the graphical is a preference, also a personal preference, if you prefer cartoony style or the realism we're trying for, so obviously that's up individually. Is pet bugs appear to like getting stuck, etc.? Yes, so you will see. My plan is also, hopefully I will be able to put the roadmap live in the next stream also, which will show you the main points we put. So we haven't included everything, and there's also a few things that is a maybe. We have new people coming, so those are in the maybe category. We don't want to put final decision when it's some new developers that we simply don't know exactly how it's going to perform. So we keep it under posted, or how do you call it, rather than overstated, if that makes sense. Animal Crossing Water when? That will be so we have a feature, I can already say this one. On the roadmap there's going to be a point that says pet follow system update. This is exactly that. So you will in a secure way be able to put all your pets on follow. They're going to keep up with your speed much more efficiently, and they're going to be able to cross anything that would hinder them today, including water. So it's going to be very pleasant for animal tamers to move around in the world with your pets with that patch. Hello, Lunison. Did you say roadmap will be out within the next 3 months? So roadmap is not for the next 3 months. What? No, so we're trying to put the roadmap on a website the next week. Most likely on the stream or something close to that. We could go through it as well a little bit if there's an interest in doing so. And that would cover a good amount of sprint. Let's go in water already. I'm not sure about that. When do you think Martin 2 will go to Ordering 5? So we will have this on a roadmap as well. We have a certain order of things that we think makes most sense, and I also think that you guys will appreciate that approach the most. Obviously, when we made this, there was two things we were taking in consideration. One is to making the challenge of the puzzle within the team and all the co-workers, how we can get to each point to get into the game. And also obviously a prioritized order of what you guys want to see first and what most players are enjoying the most. So the upcoming roadmap will show the indication of kind of what order things are planned currently to go into game. There may be some changes between these, especially those that are more further away, but I think we are pretty happy with how we're standing right now, and then everything makes sense, and we made the puzzle work. So we're happy with that, and we'll hope that you also think that's an exciting approach towards Epic Game release. For Sandbox, how come there is guards in town? So we always try to make it as clear as possible that Mortal Online is a very hardcore, harsh world, but we also want to add, you know, there's history and lore and the kingdoms in place. Obviously, those kingdoms have guards, right? And for us to also, this is not just a Rust match. You jump in, kill, steal, and jump out and play whatever, nothing persistent. And so this is a real RPG game, persistent also, which means you can build your character and different stuff for many years to come, which means obviously there needs to be some order in the game, and you can affect this obviously a lot, but also for new players that are completely new, weak characters, no gear, obviously needs a proper chance to get introduced to the game, learn the basics, and get up on their feet pretty much. And that's also what I know that all of you guys want, a growing population. And the only way to make that happen is obviously to get some protection and order in place, similar to Evil Line and most other MMOs. Chapter Joe, thank you for the donation. Thank you for taking care of the exploit trade situation. Huge win for the game. This army being banned, guys like that shouldn't be in the community. Bragging in streams about exploiting. Yeah, so obviously as we stated, sometimes there are challenges for the team, and we need to collect all the data information just to see exactly what's going on. And obviously if it's sensitive topics and areas, we don't just want one guy to take a quick decision, but sometimes when that happens, obviously we need to gather the team, discuss through, get all the data and information to make the right calls, and also to make sure we have a proper statement so everyone understands this is very clear, this is how it's work, if anything have been unclear, and then so we can move forward from that. So yeah, that's why we had to gather the team and have that written today and make it clear pretty much. Yeah, again, you know, we're fully aware of the Ryza and some bandits when they go bananas, unsynced animation damage wise. Obviously that is very bad. We have put people on it. There have been, even Sebastian have been debugging it, and he managed to reproduce it and see something is going crazy. But this is one of those that are not just, it was that simple, bam, fixed. So For instance, it doesn't happen on our test server, which has the exact same data, which makes it a little bit more trickier. But the guys are working on it, and obviously we plan to have it fixed for the next patch again if things goes as planned. Almost everyone is in chat asking about bug fix, and this guy keeps ignoring us and talking about content that won't even work when it's put in. I'm awesome, yo. I'm not sure if you heard me just now, but I tried to respond to all the questions, but since I'm responding quite slowly and I have to respond properly, I may go, I may miss a lot of questions. I have to jump down to not respond on something 5 minutes ago, so people wonder what the hell are you talking about. So that's why I say, excuse me when I'm scrolling down. I need to jump back to the latest news to try to catch up a little bit. And sorry if I miss any questions. Sometimes I may not be able to cover them all. I have no problem to answer any single question that makes sense in this stream, obviously, including bugs and issues, like I just did, and I respond to them. Fix waterfall south of Menu that is in the ocean. Yeah, so we are doing a huge overhaul on Mialand now when we're also taking a step to Unreal 5. So you can expect to see some changes for sure. And though there are several areas that doesn't look as good, some mountain have huge stretches because we're using the terrain, and that isn't an effective technique to use when you have high, deep, steep slopes. So now we are moving over to nanites in all those areas, which is going to make it look better, insanely much better, and the performance is actually be improved. So there's quite a few things that are going to be changed on Mialand when we take that step. And I'm going to try to show some of that as well as we go now in some of the upcoming streams. Did you say the news yet? Yes, I started with the news. Make guards killable. They are killable, just like any creature in the game is killable. Again, I'm falling quite behind. Sorry, you are faster than me, so I'm scrolling down a little bit just to try to stay more up to task here. Let's see. I know only 5 teasers. Also, there are human clade gift changes. Human clade gift changes will most likely be in not this one, the next week, where we do the big server optimization as well for large battle scales, but the next one. And yes, we will show content from Unreal 5, and we're also planning to make a little trailer when we have completely stepped over to Unreal 5 eventually. How close is Unreal 5? We still have quite a lot of work left, because we don't just want to update to the engine and not really make full use of it. Obviously that will be some things looks great, and then we're not really utilizing the strength we're getting from it. So this is why we're rebuilding technical pieces of the continent, so we both gain performance and we remove those hiccups and the freezes when you run around all the level streams. We plan to completely remove that first of all, and then of course we're gonna make all those specific areas look amazingly realistic. So I'm a little sick. Yeah, Sir Hub, I'm a little sick today. I've been sick the whole week. Was quite bad early in the week, but now I'm getting better and better. Thanks for coming in while you're sick, Henrik. Hope you feel better soon. Thank you. yeah, like I said, I don't feel too bad right now. My throat is still not 100% obviously, and my nose may be a little squeaky sometime, but I'm getting better, so I'm pretty good. Drink tea? Yeah, we'll maybe drink some tea. Okay, getting better and better. Yeah, it's true. You know, you need to listen on your body's feedback to make sure you don't overpush some things and, you know, stay healthy. That's important. And plans to incorporate piercing damage into left-right overhead swings for weapons such as Star Mace. We don't have any plans for that right now, no, because also how the system works, any thrusting is what utilize the piercing damage. But of course, yeah, you know, when thinking about it, it makes sense that Star Mace may also impale some piercing damage when swinging with it. But yeah, we need to tweak a few things to get to those points. Honey with green tea is best for throat. Yeah, I usually drink tea with honey actually, and a little nudge of milk. It's pretty good, pretty good. So I may get a cup of that. Please make tea. Yeah, like I wouldn't leave this stream right now when I'm just here to get some tea, but we'll see, we'll see. Not sure if this is common knowledge, but I've only just started Mortal 2 as old Mortal 1 player. What is the timeline of expanding fauna sets? So we have the last batch of creatures coming. I don't remember if it's this one or next one, but that should put us pretty much covering everything we had on Milan in the first game. Now, we already added a few more interesting creatures that we didn't have in the first game that we wanted to have immortal, including Milan. So we don't plan to add a lot more different types. We are actually approaching other continents that have a completely new set of flora and fauna, as you know. But there will most likely be some more new ones on Milan as well, to make it feel, you know, as a proper solid populated Milan first continent. We get an in-game emote to clean up blood of our weapon clothes. We could, yes, and it's not too hard to do. The coder needs to do a little work, and we need a specific animation. What's a little bit time consuming is obviously all the combinations, right? If it makes sense how you would clean off from all the different weapon sets, for instance, obviously needs a set of different animations. So that's going to require quite a few there. And as you know, we don't have too many animators available for extra cool stuff like this, currently at least. But yeah, sometime down the road, that is fully possible. In the first game we had that, so if you jumped into water and went out of the water, you have cleaned off all the blood. which was a pretty cool little thing, and not too hard to do because you don't need the animation then also. So that's something we could do fairly easy when we have a coder to spare a moment. Sarah, you just missed the big news. I started with that one. So either I repeat it or you will see it in recap, summarized video that we usually post the day after. Because yeah, I don't want to bore too many with the same repeating content. But exciting news. One day Henrik will read my message, but not this stream. Too bad. Sorry if I'm missing it. Like coffee with honey and brandy for sore throat. Brandy, isn't that a tough one for the throat? And coffee, I'm not sure. An update on roadmap. Yes, I plan to have it for next week, probably on the stream. There's a few things that, like I mentioned, we underplayed rather than overplay in terms of we have a few new developers, and we don't really dare yet to confirm those where they may be involved too much. So we keep those out of the roadmap so far, but there may be some additional things that sneak in, which is some interesting stuff also. Can we recap the big news for those that arrived late? Should I do it again then, guys? Are you guys that already heard it? Are you fine with it? I'm scrolling down. I see I'm a little behind again. Sorry guys, I'm way too slow. Quick recap please. Repeat big news please. Seems like quite a few jumped in and missed it. Alright. Repeat please. Alright, let me go through it quickly again then. So, as you know, me and Sebastian were doing a stream last Thursday, and you were awesome to jump in, help us to pinpoint large-scale data, right? And we got it quite quickly and efficiently. And the day after, Sebastian and his network coders went through it and identified exactly what was the main cause issue and how we needed to rebuild that part to be perfect, pretty much. The great news is that I don't want to say the numbers because people may, get confused and think I'm talking about a straight translation, but I can say that from the interest list is the major bottleneck system we have in the network side. When a huge battle happens, when everyone gather at the same location, there's a system that handles everything between all the players, right? So what happened there is where we can see around 300 players that part was starting to queue up, and battle wasn't possible anymore. Everything was delayed and bad, right? So from that being the most expensive part, it's not now unexisted. It doesn't non-existing. There's no cost anymore. We remove that system in a brilliant way, which means we are very certain that we can handle those type of large-scale battles now on the server side without those issues that we had in the past. So this is obviously a huge milestone for us, and obviously a huge milestone for the game to support very large battles. So we invite you guys to we are planning to patch early next week, and on the Thursday me and Sebastian are going to do a new stream. We are inviting you guys to come back again and see for yourself and hopefully confirm that those big battles now is not an issue on the server anymore. Obviously the frames on your client will remain struggling at those numbers, obviously. So that is different from this part. With Sebastian. Sebastian is the lead coder, Farmer Joe. Exactly, Farmer Joe is also known as Farmer Joe. So hopefully you guys, the 500 plus players, have the time and moment to join in again next Thursday. And we are quite confident that you're going to see that you can battle without any issues on the server, even though you may have obviously lower frames on your clients. But that's expected still. We haven't done major optimization on further when it comes to the client side of large battle character data. We have a few more things we plan to do later, but not right now. We're quite happy with the large scale population performance currently. We have more things to optimize on the world terrain. That is a big background cost where we can benefit from greatly, which we're doing now with Unreal 5. So that's one of the big parts, obviously, very important milestone for us. And this also connects to the question that you guys have been asking for, many streams now. When will we fix the issue when your characters pops out and you don't see their name, guild, etc. Until you're pretty much on top of each other's. This is directly related to the cost of the interest list system, which now is non-existent. So you can guess what that means. That means we can increase that length when you start seeing a character, and you can also see their gear, name, guild, and if they're shooting a bow on much greater distance. So yeah, this is a jackpot, obviously, for you that have been waiting for these improvements, and we know that it's been quite a journey to get here, and we're finally getting this in place. People complain about frames when their potato PC drops frames. Yeah, for sure they will. They will claim lag, which is not that, because technical terms is obviously depends on how much you know, right? But the thing is, server lag is the key component. If there's server lag when there's a big battle, then obviously a big battle will be negatively affected and not even possible if it's too bad, right? Which is what's lost stress tests. Now that should not happen at all, which means it just comes down to your frames. So that's going to be very exciting to see. On this Thursday, coming Thursday, we invite you guys to help us to confirm that is not the case anymore. So hopefully you guys will be able to come in similar number as last time, and we can celebrate, hopefully, a very important milestone to support large-scale battles in the future also. Yeah, I mean, I was at the last rest test, obviously, on my PC streaming as well, and I was around 20-something frames. Obviously not very smooth fighting with that, but 20-something frames, and we had 500 people in location, madness, mounts, capes, physics. It looks like a ant stack of players on my screen. If the server wouldn't have been lagging and queuing up issues, I would still be able to fight somewhat decent with that crappy frames. But since the server didn't handle it, no one could, right? Doesn't matter what frames you have then. So I'm very much looking forward to this next Thursday to see the server side hopefully being a non-existing issue, and we just have to struggle a little bit with the frames. Very cool, very cool. Thanks for the hard work, dudes. Thank you, yes. Also news regarding B-Battles, love to see that fixed. Any chance that we can get a fix to the bugs? Yeah, of course. The bugs is the main focus still as well. There's going to be a lot of fixes in this patch as well. And yeah, we brought up the discussion regarding ritual tables. We know that you think that even though the Namesh inside houses isn't implemented yet, which makes that a little struggle to pull out pets, etc. inside your house, we felt that maybe it's not good to add them to add to that annoyance. But since you guys seems to be on the same page that, fuck it, add them anyway, and we have to struggle a bit with them inside the houses rather than not. So we brought it up actually and said that, okay, maybe the order of that doesn't matter then if you think that's the case. So so we said that, yeah, we're gonna look to see if we can add them then in any order, not specifically after the Namesh system. You guys thinking to give more love to the jungle part of the map? Yeah, there will be coming a few more things for the jungle for sure. Everything, you know, we're adding a lot of points of interest as well in every single patch, this one included. The jungle haven't got many of those points of interest yet, which they will also. So more animals, more spawners, fauna, flora, points of interest, and most likely a few caves and dungeons also over time. Giga said your brother? No, I don't think so. Can I explain the gist of the really exciting news? Did you just miss the second explanation of it or run through? So the day after my streams, we do a recap with timestamps with the important things. So if anyone are missing anything, you can always watch it the day after and go straight to the timestamps to see whatever you may be interested in. So we do that also. If you add permanent tables next patch, I will give a digital high five. It won't be in this one. This one is already on a heavy QA testing, and we plan to deploy it early next week, so we can test the large-scale battles server performance on Thursday. So I can't say exactly when we are able to add those ritual tables, but we discussed that we may add them in any order, including before the house Nave system. Right, let's see. Is lag inside middle going to be addressed? Do you mean frame issue performance? I guess you are, and yes. So again, along with the Unreal 5 transition, we are going through a conversion of the whole world terrain to make that much more optimized and look insanely good. And we're also going through the worst cities when it comes to both some visual updates we want to do, but also optimization on those as well. Meduli needs optimization and some work in that area. So yeah, we plan to do that. So sorry to hear you're sick again. Yeah, I've been. Last time I was sick was when I had Corona last time, right? It was, what was it? Early summer. So I've had a decent run without being sick at all. But yeah, now I catch it. One moment, sorry. Okay. All right. Let's see. B news again. One last time. Sorry, I can't keep going going through it, but you will see the recap easily tomorrow. It's exciting news for server capacity, performance, large-scale battles, and distance on character data. That's in short what it is. What was it about? Which is great news for those that are have been waiting for improvement in those areas. But the game from my brother, he said it's nice but lacks life. Doug Steelhammer. Yeah, so like I said, every patch we add more life. So it's obviously partially true. Depending on where you are in the world, there may be lacking wildlife, etc. So that's part of our roadmap work. Every patch we're adding more and more wildlife, including a few new creatures, more caves, dungeons, points of interest. And there's also another one on the roadmap that's gonna add spice in city town life. So it's coming more of it. Smoother performance issues getting fixed. Yeah, I responded on that what 4 minutes ago. It's part of some of the artwork we're gonna do when we transition to Unreal 5. So yeah, Meduli specifically suffers a little bit when it comes to performance. So yeah. We will have demons more than one immortal one day. Yes, we will. Very specific interpretation of mortal demons, though, that I'm gonna work with Mats very closely. The demons you saw in the first game went a little sideways, I have to say. So yeah, eventually. And I'm falling way behind again. I'm gonna scroll down and then I'm gonna see where we stand and today's stream schedule. Like I said, I don't want to run it too long because the more I talk, my throat is getting more and more irritated, and I don't want to sit here cough too much. Would be rude and unpleasant for you guys. So let me scroll down. Sorry if I miss anything important here. Ooh, I have a sneeze on the way. No, disappeared. Alright, so I was actually planning to do a little in-game stuff today with anyone that were up for it. So we had a community adventure that we were wait. Ooh, it's so close. No. It's so close, but it doesn't want to give in. So yeah, I was planning to do the giveaway today, the usual giveaway, and meet up a little bit in game if anyone were up for a little turn there where we could go do a short adventure, go try hunt something anything that you would be up for, and if there's a group available, that is. I wouldn't do it alone at this stream. So sorry, bear with me. Let me see if I have hunt noobs. I'm not sure about hunting noobs though. I was thinking if anyone is up to go anywhere, kill something.
Oh my god, another one.
Another one.
Selek, thank you for the subscription. The Rysar animation damage is not fixed yet. We are debugging it, and Sebastian has managed to reproduce some of it and working on it. So we're doing our best to have that one solved. It's a very strange one. All of a sudden it happened, even though the same data is on the test servers, it doesn't happen there. So it's one of those that require our veterans to really figure it out, what happened there. Why my FPS in CRAN is 3040 after patch? I don't think we have done anything in CRAN. Can anyone else confirm if your frames have drastically changed in CRANish? So we know it's not just something on your options or on your end, and not on our end. Yes, I confirm. Okay, so all of you confirm CRANish have dropped in performance in CRANish. Yes. Fab sewers happened. Okay. When only 5 subs epic launch happens, would you consider renaming Mortal 2 to just Mortal Line, and Mortal 1 can be a more classic like RuneScape? I'm not sure. We invested quite a bit in Mortal Line 2, you know, art, logo, building up the brand, everything, like evolving Mortal Line, right? So I'm not sure if we want to do that. Any plans and series for MK Toxicity? So next up, not this patch but next one, we have the MK sewers, and it's pretty awesome. It's a new design sewer and some other things down there. Obviously it looks a little bit different, and yeah, it's looking really nice so far. I mean, the sewers are obviously, as you already know, newbie introduction to dungeon gameplay for new players. So they won't have high difficulties or the grandest of the grand loot. And very close to cities. So when a new player dies down there, they're quite close to their home city. So we're getting those sewers. But yeah, they look awesome, and obviously there will be some value in them. And simply more content around those areas to explore. And but yeah, we plan to add more also high tier dungeon eventually that are also giving high challenges for veterans. What do you say? Is there any group there that are up for any in-game hunt in any form? Or should we save that one and go straight to the ammo giveaway? Like I said, I don't plan to stream too long today. My voice may not handle too long either. But I would be up for anything not too long. Or we could go for the giveaway and just chill here a little bit more, covering some things. Wait for next time. Vila. Yeah. Maybe I'm not too energetic if we were to do a hunt when I feeling dazed. Let me jump to the giveaway for now. Now, one moment, guys. Let me find. Okay. Let me start it. Also, 1 second, guys. One moment, guys. 1 moment before you type it. Okay. Now you can type it, guys. So if you already typed it, type it again to join in on the giveaway. Explanation mark MO2 from now. And I will have that running in a moment. And yeah, so if you tune in just now, explanation mark MO2, and also I want to invite all of you guys to join the next week's stream when Sebastian will be here as well, and we're gonna do a new large-scale battle test because we have done amazing improvements. We solved the issue, and that goes into our patch planned for early next week, which means we invite you to join us again. And we meet at one location, hopefully around similar numbers at next time, and you will see that we solved the network issue and can finally support large-scale battles. That is the plan. Next patch is 2 weeks away. What is going to be in the patch? No, Lohodo. So the next patch is next week, early next week. So we will actually test that up to service optimization on Thursday. So just like a day or 2 days after the patch is live, we will do the test confirming that on the next stream. So again, this patch have a lot of fixes, polish, which is the main focus, and the server optimization capacity and large scale battle that wasn't possible in these numbers in the past. Now we're breaking those numbers by an insane amount. So it's going to be very exciting. It's going to be exciting to see if the node even sweat at all. It went from non-sweat to kaboom, pretty much. It queued up insanely. So action were like many seconds delayed. So it just doesn't handle the data when we are so many in one location when starting fighting and such. But that went from a very expensive cost on a node setup to non-existing. So we're very exciting to see that. Is there going to be any cost when we hopefully hit those high numbers in one location? Cook and rework this year. I'm not sure. So we are refining a few things for our huge system that we're planning for, that we know all of you want before the Epic release. And Mats is heavily involved in several parts here. And Mats needs to be completely involved in the cooking rework. I have briefed him shortly with the concerns from the community. And he said that he will be gladly to go through it and make the adjustment needed. But he needs to get into the system again and get a full picture of, how is it running now and what's the main problem, so you can make the correct adjustments. But we have a few things we need to prioritize before cooking, so I can't say when that will happen at this point. Is there a way to get to original height after shrink food makes you grow? Eat grow food or shrink food to get to where you want to be. There are both ways, so you should be able to choose. Will we see in future some cool finish? Where did it go? Finishes after mercy mode, something like Mortal Kombat fatalities. Mere Slaven to you. So we actually have a very robust mercy mode system. You only see the top of the iceberg when it comes to what that entails. So we built that with some cool stuff in mind for the future. This is obviously extra cool, fluffy satisfaction stuff, right? So that's why it's down a little bit in prioritized order. But yes, we have some really cool support already in this system, which means, I mean, you see some of this with the bosses hitting you in mercy mode, right? Like the troll picks you up, bashes you, do the Hulk smash. I mean, those are one of a kind thing that you don't see in other MMOs in this type. So yes, it is prepared for you as a player to also execute in a very gruesome way, to, you know, also 100% make a kill, so there's no way to heal or save that guy in mercy mode. Sorry. So yes, in time, when we are finished with our first highest prioritized order, we will start adding a lot of cool stuff like that we just add to the satisfaction when you are, you know, on the field. Many people were in the first stress test block back in block D, testing in Mortal 1 at Mage Valley. I don't remember exactly, Hodo. I don't remember. That was many years ago. Were you in block D? I almost not remember how many blocks we had. A, B, C, D. Was that it? Shit, yeah, that was many years ago. I don't remember. Why are you guys changing fishing so much I can't catch anything anymore? We haven't changed fishing at all. That sounds strange, and I haven't heard any reports whatsoever from the pro fishermen. If something changed, they would have messaged us very quickly. Dirty darkness, dankness. So that's the first time I hear it. Foopy123, I've yet to play this game. Is it viable to play as a crafter that doesn't necessarily want to participate directly in PvP? Foopy, if you're a crafter, trader, this is it. This is your home. If we are to listen to the players, how they referred to Mortal Online and crafting, trading, this is it. There's no other game with such depth when it comes to crafting, exploration in our different crafting systems. And yes, everything is player made, and everything is the player driven market. So if that's what you're looking for, find a nice area, city, and start building your reputation and go deep in any crafting you're looking forward to. So yes, for sure, you don't need to participate in any PvP if that's not what you're looking for. And but there will be a lot of PvP players that will happily be your customer, that's for sure, because they grind through gear quickly on the battlefield. Can we get Luke Red Trinket Gem sorry Gemlog work for fishing too, please? Yeah, we have to look into that. So first I thought that was working, but I have to check with Sebastian. He even thought so first as well, but when he looked into the codes, it seems that it's not. So we need some time to make that happen. Yes, again, I can't say when. Fatalities confirmed, yes. Magic executions, that will be possible too, I guess. We need to obviously adjust some mechanics there, because the first iteration we did here is that you can actually click use on a mercy mode target to automatically make a fatality move, and it will pick what weapon you use. So if you're unarmed, you're gonna do a insane punch or kick. If you are using a sword, you're gonna do a very specific slice. And you know, again, different for every single weapon group, and obviously, as you can understand, how do you determine that you want to do a magic fatality when you use this command? So obviously we need some kind of support for that to happen, right? But for sure it's doable. We just need to consider how would we make it possible. And this time we want to push it a little bit further to give you options how you would do those fatalities whenever we have the time to go back to add on that system. KXP in Haven is way too high. Is there a plan to limit people's progress in the tutorial area so people aren't clay level 17 plus leaving Haven? Yeah, we plan to do some adjustment there for sure. Obviously, we want players to build most of the character progression in the real world, not on Haven. So we are looking to limiting some things there for sure. And we also need to expand a few things, obviously, when we're looking to take the step to possible to make Haven free to play fully also. So yeah, there will be some adjustment for sure. We also have another little jail system. We've been talking about that a little bit, and there could be room for that. So you know, I won't say no and never, but again, we right now in this time frame we have some major systems that we need to cover first. After that, there's a whole new room for adding a lot on the upcoming roadmaps next year and even coming years eventually. So we have a little nice thing in this next patch also. You know, we're preparing for some season stuff as well that we were doing in the first game also. So hopefully we will get some interesting stuff there as well that we have prepared for you guys that you will see on next week's patch. Will these executions give us buffs? that is possible. Yes. So I mentioned this a long time ago, but I've actually designed a system that I call the adrenaline system. That was a system to give additional tactics and options for players, and also a possible way to also fight against Zergs. So this means that there's specific power that builds up when you're getting damaged and playing or outplayed by multiple targets that builds up a rush, adrenaline meter, and that you can utilize to get some bonuses and special moves. And the clays also obviously have a different bonus to this, so it's a pretty cool, neat system that I think will fit well, and that I think many of you will find interesting. So obviously this is also a perfect match for the execution buffs, tying this to the adrenaline. Like, you know, it makes sense, right? You're really going out there and rushing and getting the adrenaline to flow. So most likely, when we're past the major steps that we all want and need for the epic release, there are a lot of goodies that will push many features much deeper and further, such as I strongly believe in the adrenaline system will be a nice addition for combat. And yeah, like I said, it ties with executions. So certain things and actions may add to this, so to get the picture. When can you expect the new effects from Alchemy? They will be on their roadmap, the Censor Lord. So you will see in what order they are planned for. And there's some cool stuff there. You don't hear my coughing, right? I'm muting it correctly, I hope. I'm clicking the mute, so hopefully I'm not coughing in your ear. Decapitations, indeed. In early Comet Beta, we actually had limbs flying when you cut them. It looked so cool. But there's a bug in Unreal Engine 4 that we couldn't utilize that function, so we got client crashes. We had to disable that. But obviously, we hope to be able to enable that again on Unreal 5, so you can see those flying limbs on the battlefield, and that's gonna be so cool. I'm falling behind again. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit and see where we are. Is this Henrik real voice? My voice is a little edgy right now. I have a cold, and it may even be corona. So yeah, my throat, I had one of the worst pain 2 days ago and a little bit yesterday. I had the same thing when I had corona last time. Extreme pain in throat. My head was exploding with liquid. But I feel my throat is healing now. That's why it's itching, so I'm coughing now more. So that's why I sound a little whiskey voice or so. I had the worst voice one time when I got real sick, and it sounded so insane, you couldn't believe it. Like a freaking super bass robot. It was difficult to talk, but that was crazy. I could have recorded some bass voices then. Sounds better this way. Do you like my sick voice? You can't avoid PvP in this game. No, obviously you can't fully avoid it, but if you leave a big portion in high security cities making trades and such, you can avoid a lot of the PvP. And like we said many times, we are expanding on the nation task system and security. A little bit more like Even Online, from high security to zero security. And in security city, it means you're on no man's land. You can't even report or flag. That's really the big danger. But in high security, medium security, so even outside of cities, there may be patrolling path, some specific barracks with guard outposts in different nations. New players can learn to be close to these areas to avoid as much PvP as possible, because they will have more protection that way. And obviously, we want to promote real, exciting PvP out in the dangerous lands. So those people that are excited about PvP don't have to care about murder counts, and they will have real fun fights with like-minded people. So we promote that. That's the goal, right? Which means hopefully that those players won't be hanging around trying to hunt noobs, because that wouldn't make sense. There's greater benefits for those on real PvP grounds in those areas. So that will also help promoting new players that want to avoid PvP, or people that want to avoid PvP can simply stay in safer locations. So that's going to be expanded on as well for Epic Game release. Good evening, Henrik. Can you please tell us if it is possible to get above silver amethyst trinkets while fishing? I'm not 100% sure. Other than that, we are looking to add a few things possible. Not this patch that are on QnA now, but the next one. And yeah, we need a coder to look into to add the trinkets affecting the luck rate and all that when fishing. It seems that Sebastian confirmed it is not adding to that right now. TC when? That's the big question, right? You will see it on roadmap, and I hope to present that roadmap next week on Thursday. Can we get more professional skills on Amulet? Yes. This is just, again, the tip of the iceberg. You will see more trinket types and effects over time. This is Christmas Eve for Mats. He loves to add very cool, sophisticated stuff for trinkets, and it's endless. You know, he can make endless lists because there's so much content and cool stuff. But obviously we need to, all the different effects and abilities take some time to code. So, but we're planning to add a few batches of these upcoming as well. So you will be able to find a lot more different types. These are more general types, right? You will be able to see clade-specific trinkets also, like hairpins from the Corites, for instance, and, you know, completely different items as well. Is there any thoughts on allowing us to have a few more extra points for crafting? You will get those options with the veteran system, and there will be many more types of trinkets, as I just mentioned, that will also be able to offer such things. Crim time increase? No. Drop running into vets that will kill you over nothing. Yeah, I mean, like I said, of course it's not nice, but it's quite expected if there's a lot of PvP players that are, you know, anything a little bit bored or whatever that may be, they take the shot to kill anyone. You know, it's part of the game, and a lot of people enjoy that. Obviously there's also many people that doesn't enjoy that and want to avoid it, but it's also our job to obviously offer good content in those different areas that will hopefully make it more meaningful for those that are interested in PvP, go to the PvP conflicts and participate on higher skills and high reward, so they don't want to bother with killing a noob for nothing, and the noob will hopefully be more happy staying alive, avoiding some PvP. Will teabagging be an option for execution? Not sure about that. I mean, we are looking to add crouching. So maybe you can half semi do it yourself. I'm not sure. Looking at the star system, crime stat, and prison system could give you some good ideas. Yeah, I mean, we always, scanning the horizon from old and new games to see what concepts could fit or inspire in different ways. As you know, Ultima Online is a great inspiration for Mortal Online. Also some from Star Wars Galaxies. Those are the games I'm coming from, so I know them inside out. But yeah, sure, there are many great games out there that may have some good stuff that we can also be inspired from or borrow parts from or so. It bug fixes badly. Yeah, we are focusing on bug fixes in every single patch, and we're doing that heavily lately. Can confirm Red Trinket's Gemlock works at all. With 11%, nothing better than a few amethyst drops. Yes, it does work, but there are also, in cases, very small chances to begin with, which means when you add those percentage into that, it may not, be enough to make a huge change in some cases. And plans for console launch? We don't plan to do that now. No, it's quite a task to port a game like this and making sure the control scheme and all that and performance, all that runs on a console. We have been approached by some big companies that obviously has consoles and are interested in looking into that. So it's not impossible, that's for sure, but it is a task, and we need to dedicate some time and effort into being able to cover it. And there's also possible partnership that can handle a lot of that. So I'm gonna say it's not impossible and it's not a no, but right now it's very important for us that we, the team, focus on the huge milestone, which is Epic Game release, which includes several big milestones such as TC, Unreal 5, and so on. With finishing moves, did you get more animators and make it Age of Conan like? You will see our finishing moves eventually. We had some really badass ones in Mortal 1, and we're gonna surpass that, obviously, in Mortal Line 2. Krampus! Indeed. We need Krampus. But, we're heading into... We're almost in Halloween, right? Maybe we need some Halloween also. What do you think, guys? What do you think? I'm behind again. I'm gonna jump down. I'm gonna see where we're at. When is roadmap released? Planning to next week, most likely Thursday. Right, Henrik? You've shown your face, proved your commitment. Back to bed with you, sir. Almost done. I'm almost done. I think we can cover 2 hours today. My voice have a little bit in it. I'm a PvPer, so don't misunderstand my question. I find combat more important than ambience. But still, for immersion, will the weather be reworked? Sun weather, real bad weather? Yes. Yes, we're working with the weather along with elementalism. There's a direct link with weather controlling with that magic school. And you will see it on roadmap, so you can see when that's expected. And obviously in Unreal 5, it's just going to look even better. So yes, it's going to be very immersive and look much better, and everything synchronized when we take that step. Can we possibly get blood magic that uses hit point and not mana? could call it hemomani or something like alchemica sanguinus. So we have 13 or 12 already designed magic schools that we plan to add first of all, and that covers an insane amount of magic and many different types of magic and rules and different types of links and what you use and what stat they are related to. There's a lot of differences, and some of that already starts with the next coming school, and that's gonna take a while for us to deliver all those schools. When those are done, I guess, you know, when me and Mats talk to see if there's anything we are missing. He actually had one school he said he were also looking to add. What the hell was it again? It was something very cool. What was it now? Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it, but since it's so far away and there's a lot of things to confirm first, but he said that he was really much looking forward to a food eating magic school, which everything is built on. You need to eat certain things and to build up things, and very focused on what you eat and how you eat to be proficient in that magic school. And when he explained it, it sounds really awesome and cool. And as always, many of those, you know, features and concept Mats design and have in mind, they're usually extremely cool and unique and fun. So Nutri Magic, yeah. So there may be a chance that we are not just ending with these 12 already designed schools. There may be more coming after that. And yeah, so there's one very important component coming in as well, guys, when it comes to magic. So you know there's a general magic school resistance, and we have the basic psi resistance in relation to magic. But now we're also getting support for starting with elementalism school. Obviously elementalism ties a lot with the elements, right? They tap straight into the heat system we already have in the game, which means some spells will be applied for heat damage, which means if you are clade and have heat resistance, for instance, those heating spells will obviously automatically already be reduced. So it's a dynamic system, they already work together. And some spells that make sense that they are, you know, a stone rock flying to you, obviously that is a physical blunt damage, right? So that will not be magical damage in that case. So those will be converted to the right proper damage type, which you can mitigate with either physical armor, shields, or the heat elements, or stuff like that, or specific resistance for the magical type spells from the different schools. So that gonna give you a lot more options, and also natural, logical damage reduction options, if that makes sense. The giveaway is not done yet. If you just tune in, type !MO2 and I'm gonna run it in just a minute. We can't just look into a character slot system at this point, so we made a huge effort in rebuilding the skill system. We have one more system that's going to add to your character system, and when all that is done, and depending on how everything looks, we may have time to look into what that may mean, right? We always plan and design the system to be, just like in Star Wars Galaxy, a one account character bound game to support high quality, high investment in one character, and also better gaming experience between the players. So we need to keep that in mind and you know, protect that vision of the game experience. But like I said, when all those systems are in, that also affects to it a little bit. We have to see if we want to approach the Diva system with a possible character link on account. Like I said, it's not a we don't have the final verdict on the Diva system that we have some design on since long time ago also. So yeah, we can't rush it. We need to do that correct, and we need to take the steps that also affects the characters a little bit further. So I hope that makes sense. And if you do that, you can make it so Clade is shared between the accounts. I'd hate to farm it twice. Yeah, like I said, there's quite a few questions that gets raised and right when it comes to that. So again, obviously we need proper time to sit down and go through all areas where it will get affected to make sure we protect the game and make the best out of it. Please add a slide to remove the sound of mining rocks. It's maddening. Yeah, I understand it may be a little maddening if you don't turn down the volume a little bit. It's strange if we add a slider just for some sound effects in the game. It obviously also breaks the immersion a little bit. I don't know if it's too loud. I don't think so, right? You're hitting a rock quite hard with a pickaxe. But I can fully understand. It's a little maddening if that's all you hear and listen to for quite a while. Whoa! Alright, explanation mark Emma 2. And we're pulling the giveaway, guys. Any info for new light armors? We're getting the lightest clothes. We are making 3 sets right now. Yeah, I think 2 hours is good in today's stream. I don't think I would survive a in-game event today. I feel the temperature is rising a little bit. It usually does on evenings and mornings, right? But yeah, as soon as we get the slowdown on explanation mark M2, I'm pulling the giveaway. Veteran points coming soon. No, not in the near patches we have planned that leads to the big milestones. So, you know, it's an additional refinement of your character. So obviously we want it, but it's not a high prioritized must-have for the Epic Game release, if that makes sense. You need some dolphin. Dolphin? All right, so I guess it's time to pull the giveaway, guys. Was there supposed to be a mute spell with necromancy? If I remember, it muted people mix. Yes, I think they ran into some issues there. It connects to the VoIP system server and all that. But we will revisit. The mute will work also for against Beastmaster commands. So dangerous threats against Beastmasters when we give you Beastmaster options. Is Clade respec coming? We already have Clade respec. You can respec your Clades send with. When is Epic Game release? That's the big one, right? We don't have the exact date. We have a roadmap leading up to it, and obviously we're going to do our best in following our internal schedule. But we're very careful about writing out those specific dates on the different milestones, because again, it's extremely complex project and it's a very huge challenge to be always perfect on time, and if something unforeseen happens and we may need more polish time, we don't want to feel pressured to rush something or release something without having it in the state we want to. I think most agree to that. So that's the approach we are doing now for the Epic release. But we're getting closer, that's for sure. Oops. Epic Games shouldn't even be released since you don't meet the qualification of having a USA server. Yes, we do. I have a very close relationship with Epic Games, and they're very excited, and they're very impressed with the game we have done on Unreal 3 and 4, and soon to be Unreal 5, and they can't wait for us to launch when we feel ready. They already, approved us, but obviously we want to make the best of it, be very prepared, and have everything in place, and deliver all those features that everyone have wanted for the next step of our release. And they have tested our server technology and were quite blown away with what we have done, and obviously are fully happy with the one world server solution similar to EVE Online. It ties very closely to the concept. They are fully aware of the ping normalization system and prediction system. I think we have done that to an insane extent and are, impressed. We are a small nobody team, but those grants coders over there are very impressed. So yeah, we're excited. Please, no subscription service. Big Spoon, why? Do you prefer pay to win method or locked content, or what is the better option in your view? We are here to give the best possible gaming experience. We protect the game. We don't want to sacrifice gaming experience for another payment model and make the best game ever for you guys. I'm thinking as a player, how would I like to play Ultima Online or the next true sandbox MMO, which is Mortal Line 2? Would I go for the traditional free-to-play crap today? No, I would say I don't want to play it because it's crap. But that's me personally. I don't enjoy a game that is hindered by pay-to-win or microtransactions in a form that if you want to go here, you need to pay another $15 or whatever, or to look cool, and eventually people look like crazy rainbow dragons because they run out of ideas and have to add so many customization packs that it just looks ridiculous, out of this world. We're respecting Mortal Online and its universe. It's gonna look so good, realistic, logic, real life, and the best respect we can give a game like this. There's no way in hell we could do that by adding cosmetic, free to play, pay to win trash. Sorry, I call it that, but that's my personal view. And there's only one way forward: to protect the game and give the best quality for gamers. You're paying a small fraction that you would have to pay to be on a competitive level when you are in a so-called free-to-play game. There are no such a free-to-play game if you wanna be on any serious level. If you wanna be competitive and are serious PvP players, you may end up paying more money than those $14 a month. So we're doing everyone a favor, Obviously, if we were asking a traditional CEO, okay, how do we maximize everything? Just looking at the money. Don't care about anything else. How do we maximize this? How do we use psychology to trick everyone to pay a little bit more, non-stop? There's a field job for that in huge companies. We believe in a unique sandbox, true sandbox MMORPG experience that is not dumbed down or hindered in any way when it comes to that. That's our vision and strong belief that this can be highly successful if we just deliver a great game. And then, of course, the rest is up to the players. Do they agree to that or not? That's another question, right? Footwork. I invite you on Thursday after the patch to participate in a extremely large battle that I have not seen the size of in any other MMORPG in this caliber. And let's see how the server handle it, right? That's the only thing we can do. Let the game speak for itself. And I'm very excited for that stream, because we strongly believe that this is gonna show you that we reached a very important milestone when it comes to large scale battle performance on our servers. So everyone here is highly invited next Thursday. Me and Sebastian are going to host a meeting, and hopefully we can confirm that we are in a good position when it comes to an insane battle without any server issues. Yeah, they're obviously going to be chaos no matter what, so come without anything that you don't risk to lose no matter what, right? You get another stream with Mats? Sure, we could. I need to find an evening where it also fits his schedule. The server handle it? Come on, be realistic. Handle what? I'm not sure what you're referring to. But yeah, we are very confident what's going to happen next stress test. So we want to confirm things, obviously, and we want the server to speak for themselves. It doesn't matter what I say, right? What game is worth $15? I don't pay any sub fee for any game. No, so there's a few MMORPG games. So for the company to be able to run the services, keep expanding the game, having support, running the servers, paying the salary for the developers, Motorland will never be finished in terms of content and features. It will keep on every year, add on more and more features and content, and quite soon surpass most other games in terms of most features in a true sandbox game. We're already greatly surpassing in a fast pace most of the areas in Motorland 1. So we have a much more efficient pipeline this time around and better technology to work with. And obviously we can't do this for free as a passion, because we need to pay rent, right? We need to make a living on this. This is why you pay a subscription fee when playing Mortal Online, World of Warcraft, for instance, and you know, a few other MMOs. And if there's no subscription fee, there needs to be another monetization model, which they usually call free to play, because it sounds so good when it's free, right? But there's nothing such as free game. It costs a lot of millions to make those so-called free to play games. So obviously there's a smart time mechanic in eventually forcing you to pay to continue to enjoy that game. So, but I strongly believe that hinders the gaming experience and quality. So instead of tying things and doing it psychology bound, we are very open with it. This is the cost every month. You know what it's costing, you know what you're getting. You're getting everything for that, including future expansions. Henrik, 5K players and servers gonna be down like at release in January, or you better know? No, of course, this is what we've been working on for several months, right? Or we wouldn't have hired the network coders that are only focusing on that. And like I said, we've done a huge optimization to handle large-scale battles that we identified thanks to you guys last Thursday when me and Sebastian were streaming. So we invited you to another one because we already fixed that part that I mentioned in a little bit more detail in the beginning of this stream. So we want to confirm that and let this server speak for itself next Thursday. So we invite everyone, you guys, to join in on Thursday's stream and meet us again at the same location, and hopefully we will see that the server doesn't queue up and lag or give, spoil the fighting experience. So the only thing you would have to struggle with there would be obviously the client performance, your frames due to your computer hardware. That's obviously a huge cost when there's several hundreds of players on the screen, no matter what, right? Need a shot of bourbon to clear up your sinuses, brother. Slug, I may need a bourbon. That's true, that's true. A little shot of straw rum. So like a fixed bottleneck from last stress test will be fun to see next Thursday. Yeah, that was the big news that I started with. I went a little more in depth what happened there. And yeah, we are very excited. We went from having a huge cost on a node when around 300 players gather up on the same location, and it just got worse and worse the more players tune in. We peaked out at 539, and you couldn't fight because the node was going bananas. That cost today is non-existing. It's such a huge optimization that is insane. It's like a whole new system. So so when we compare those numbers, we simulated the players that you did as bots from 350 to 500 and saw exactly what goes bananas. When we finished that specific part and optimized exactly that part only, we went from those 300 where it started to become issues to numbers around 4,000. This doesn't mean that we support 4,000 in one battle in one location. I'm just meaning the specific bottleneck that handle the part where people needs data from each other to the server when you're on a very small location. So it went from insane costs to almost non-existing. So now we have other bottlenecks that we're working on as well, but they are not the same as when you are all go to one location to have a big fight. So yeah, next Thursday, very exciting for us, and hopefully you guys will even beat that old number that we got last time, 539. Hopefully we can push it a little bit higher, and hopefully we will see that the server handle it without sweating, and you guys just have to struggle a bit with your frames. That would be the obviously best outcome, right? Your voice is failing. You need to pull drawings so you can... What? I don't know. But you need to think of your health. I'm okay. My voice is failing a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine. The only people playing WoW have been there for 20 years. They are locked in an abusive relationship. Yeah, like I was, and 350 other was in Ultima Line for 11 years, right? And then I also were in Star Wars Galaxies, paying subs free, and I was also in Evo Line, paying for, I don't know, 8 years, or something like that. And those have been the best gaming MMO experience I've ever got. And I tried many free-to-play and many other types of MMOs. And yeah, haven't been something for me at least. Cheaper than Netflix. People spend more than 50 a month on a shitty takeout or coffee. Yeah, it's true, but you know, I see the point, right? Because so many games today are using the other type of monetization and call them free to play. It sounds so easy. Start playing, it's free, and then bam, you hit the wall and need to start paying. It's a brilliant business model, so I fully understand it. The majority is in this category. And you guys know it. You're the gamers, right? So just look at the facts, and it's quite natural that you get a non-hindered experience in online at least. And then of course it's obviously, if you don't like the game mechanics and features we offer, then obviously it's not worth it for you. But if this is something you enjoy, which there's no other games that pretty much offer the same thing, then I think this is better for the gameplay. I take subscription-based model over free to play with microtransaction any day. Free to play games are cancer of gaming world. I mean, huge streamers, etc., are even starting to hate on so-called free to play game. But they also say the same thing. That's the standard today. We accept it, and all the giants does it, and they're very successful. But it's very sad for us as pure gamers, because we are getting a worse gaming experience, period. And since there's nothing else, this is what we have for I don't know how many years until there may be options to change. And I hope that we together, guys, can actually change that and show the Giants, look, you know, we started from nowhere and are a minor in the world, nobody. But hopefully we will change this over the coming years to show that, holy shit, Modern Line is a force to reckon with. It's growing, it's amazing, has really cool features. We're getting the crap together that we failed on also, and showing, let the game speak for itself. And, you know, we're looking to have the subscription model. And if we are growing and can show the world that this is something players want, also, next to the other thing, then you may also see more options that offer these types of game from Giants also. It's sub and $40 per expansion every year. Yeah, and we think that you should get the expansion for free, including in that, because think about it, you're already paying the salaries to make the expansion. Why would we force you to pay $40 additionally? Of course, it's great for business, right? But again, we want to offer the best gaming experience ever, and we don't need millions of players to be very successful and grow and make it even better. You know, we are good by starting small and then hopefully grow over time and, you know, still be successful. So, yeah. You're confident that now you can handle that, you cannot at release. So what I'm saying is that we feel very confident that we can handle the large-scale battle that we couldn't at all, period. So we had a few battles before, right? When we start seeing delay in package queues on the nodes. That's why we did a very specific event last Thursday with Sebastian being on the server. So I told him, please stay up on the night to do this with us, because we're going to get a very good, solid chance with the help of you, the community, to give us insane good data that we can't fully mimic. We can't build bots without having the exact data, right? So he was here and we gathered that, and it only took like 20 minutes for us to get exactly what we needed. So if you gather 350 plus or 300 something in one location, you're gonna start seeing that the combat data is gonna queue up, so you can't really fight. It's gonna be bad, right? That part have been solved, and this is what we want to show and confirm next Thursday. So we invite everyone to participate in the same event again, and hopefully you're gonna see and let the server speak for itself that we have solved that bottleneck, so you can fight with 500-600 players in one location, obviously with worse frames on your computer, but the server shouldn't be sweating at all in that case. So we invited to do that with me and Sebastian again on the coming Thursday. Screw microtransaction, free to play and subs. Just let me pay $80 once and be done. So obviously $80 only covers so many months, right? And then what when we can't afford salaries and server expenses? That's why we need a recurring payment for us to allow to continue. Nothing is free, right? And the server isn't free for us either. We host the world best tier network connections in the world, and that's not cheap. And the most advanced next-gen server on the market. And for us to run that every month, we need some type of income, right? So that's why we can't just say $80, because we don't know how long that will last for us. So that's the reason for our subscription model. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I'm overdue again. I'm gonna run the giveaway, guys. Sorry, I got deluded again on different tracks. And yeah, there's no subscription right now. I want to make that clear again. We are not enabling subscription until we reach the release milestone with Epic Games. That's the plan. Alright. Push the button. So to force a lot more people to be more immersed in the game rather than the farming on multiple accounts. Yeah, and you know, there's a few that have some spare accounts doing some crap now every now and then, and don't care about reputation and those, you know, random additional accounts. And obviously, if you need to pay for those, then maybe they will skip some of their alternate accounts and also be a little bit more serious, I guess, you know, to protect their value that they invest in, right? So yeah, it promotes better quality. 539 is the record. No, so for last Thursday, we got 539 people showing up outside Meduli when things went bananas. And we can see the node not handling that for the battle. The good part was that we rebuilt the movement system. A lot of the system we already rebuilt since the previous stress test we had. So you could see that the movement system worked perfectly. The movement didn't die. That part worked. Same with the VoIP system. People could talk. That worked. But the combat packages was killing the node. So that didn't work. And obviously, when that happened, you couldn't react in combat, and you just could randomly die because everything was so much delayed. You didn't see the swings. So obviously that's devastating for large-scale battles. That wouldn't be successful in any upcoming sieges. So that's why we are very excited to have this solved now, and we need to confirm that on Thursday. And we feel very confident that it will work, but obviously we need to confirm it also, right? And we already know that, you know, there will be many of you that think it's not fixed, it's never going to be fixed. So that obviously motivates us to work hard and let the server speak for itself. So hopefully it will speak for itself on Thursday. And hopefully that will show progression in large-scale battles. That's the goal. So we make for a major drops in player account. A lot of people aren't going to want to pay monthly. Yeah, like I said, there's a huge debate and explanation of why a sub model is better for you and for this game. But sure, there will be players that think, hey, I can play this MMO for free. It's free to play. It's not, right? Sure, you can play it for fun and enjoy parts of it, but to get somewhere, you need to start paying in those games also. They're built around that. So, you know, there's many important aspects, and we built the game around no limitations, full gaming experience. So when you see what you're getting compared to those other models, most people that are interested in this type of game think this is the best model as well. But of course, we can't convince everyone, and everyone is free to pick any game, right? And yeah, it promotes more player interaction and player trading, which is great for the game, something we want to promote also. Evil Line Gang unite. Evil Line players represent. Yeah, it was a great game for many years. I enjoyed it. Okay, giveaway time. Sorry again. There will be additional options for the subscription. 1, 3, 6 months, most likely, with discount the greater commitment, obviously. Okay, I need to pull the giveaway. We hit the 2-hour mark also. Let me find it. All right, it's time. Good luck, everyone. Roll the rig giveaway. I'm rolling it. Here we go. Good luck, everyone. All right. I think it's bugged, right? Wasn't it bugged when it's this slow? I recognize this. No, congratulations, Door Lord. All right, Door Lord, you won yourself a copy of Modline 2. Congratulations. Okay, wait, so more than 2 cost, the purchase price, and then there's a sub. So right now you only have the initial purchase, $39 to get the game, right? And you can play it for free until we hit that Epic Game milestone and we decide to start subscriptions. But in the purchase, you also get free month included. So you can pay an additional month before you needs to start paying subscription to continue play. So you get a month included also. Let's see. Door Lord, are you here? I need a message here on Twitch. I can send you the CD key or game code. Let's say. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, those boxes are dangerous. It's just so, you know, one more, buy more. There's been this huge debate if that's correct to do morally in a game like this. I read a lot about that crap. Some giant games pulling those psychologic addicted boxes for real money. I don't know. I think that's strange grounds. That's going away from what we're trying to offer here. All right, let's see. Shit, I'm way behind. Door. What do I have? Door Lord, are you here? I need a response from you, so I can give you the CD code, game code. We don't have the exact date for when we enable the subscription. We need to hit the milestone first and release an Epic Game Store, and then we will start subscription. Yeah, because having a toxic addicting game is better. What does that mean? What is a toxic addicting game? I mean, there's a huge problem in the world when it comes to gamblings, right? Sitting in those casinos and gambling away your money. Those are designed that the house is the winner. And a lot of people getting serious debt and life crisis issues due to gamblings. And I think those boxes are dangerously close. Getting ideas, how can we make gambling even more with real money in modern online games for young people? I mean, this is young people and teenagers. I think that's a great line. That's just me personally. With blackjack against the server, against players. So blackjack is played as in real life blackjack. You know how you play it, right? You sit down at the table and the dealer, everyone plays against the dealer, right? That's how you're gonna play it here as well. Alright, Door Lord is awake. No worries. I'm gonna give you the city code. Door Lord, are you a current mortal player, veteran, or new, or what is your status? I'm always curious. Enjoy that game code. So against server money. Yeah, that will be against the server. The bank man in a tavern where you are playing for in-game currency. Hello, my name is Naus and I'm addicted. What? Oh, been around since early modern 1. On and off. Oh, nice, nice. Old timer then. When batch, Henrik, is planned for early next week. If things goes smooth now during the last days of QnA and testing. Yes, but the dealer, a player or an NPC. The dealer is an NPC, and then you sit down in 1 out of 5, 6 slots with other players. So you play players against the dealer. Using the same rules as any blackjack table, pretty much. We got the legend Coronat armor I wanted to see last week. Forsaken, that's awesome. I will maybe next Thursday then, after that chaos fight battle. Maybe we can take a look on that. Been around since alpha days of Modern 1. Got my steel case and everything. Keep up the good work, Henrik. On Grim TV, that is awesome. You are here since day 1, pretty much. That is pretty impressive. It's been quite a few years. There were so many teenagers back then. All those teenagers are now adults. It's crazy. We're going to add Texas Hold'em. Yes, we plan to add that. That is an awesome game. Many enjoy and want. So, yes. Blackjack should be added before TC or any other fix. Blackjack will come at latest with the Epic release. Is counting cards in Blackjack illegal? You can try counting cards, I guess. It's over. Thank you for doing the stream when you're unwell, Henrik. You're a legend. Thank you very much. What will be the limit for blackjack? I think we will have a silver table and gold table. So obviously, depending on if you're rich or not, you can gamble on the high stake or low stake. Will blackjack have split and double down rules? Yes. It's quite... We cover it all. If you will walk into a casino and play blackjack, we're gonna have all those options and rules. It's a very simple game. Everyone can learn quickly and just have fun with. We're gonna introduce customization banners allowing guild leaders to make custom logos to put on a banner that their guilds puts their hands on. I believe this will make a more immersive as well, allowing banners to fly high or drop low on strongholds and keeps. Exactly, Ravens. That's exactly it. So we have this on the roadmap. The problem is, so we are slowly expanding developers. We had a plan, but we are slightly changing it. And now this is the last thing we need to iron out before we post that roadmap next week. So we may have to choose between thievery or guild logo design systems that can be used on players and on strongholds and keeps, exactly like this, and be able to dye them, including all the soft tissues on all your gear. Depending on a little bit of the developers that have the opportunity to do that during that time frame. There's also an opportunity that we may be able to adjust them a little bit to get both during the same major roadmap. But it could be that we have to pick one of the other one. So this is a good opportunity to just ask you guys in here, what would you pick first? Thievery or the guild logo design system? I mean, Guildlog's design system is great for many reasons, right? Immersive, cool stuff, having the team identified. There's a lot of good things in that, but obviously there's also a lot of players are looking forward to the thievery profession, which is also a very cool system. let me make a little poll just for the fun. I mean, we're not that many here right now, but just to get a little indication. What I have it. There, a moment. Okay. Vote. So, oops. Thievery or the guild logo system? The guild logo emblem design system includes the dye system, okay? Which means you can dye all your soft tissues on your current armor gear also. You know, including the guild content. I'm just curious to see the rough indication in here. Looks like guild is quite in the lead. I mean, I see, you know, all grouping guilds will obviously find it quite satisfaction to have your style, and of course very helpful on the battlefield as well, right? So I can see that many get great use of that system, while obviously thievery is a very cool feature that we will have in the game, just a matter of the order of things. TC is already planned in the current roadmap, so we will have that. So it could be that we have to choose one of these in the current sprint, and we may not be able to get both up to the certain milestone. Right, so you want the guild logo emblem system 66%. And yeah, usually that's a strong indication also from the when we crank it up in the community, usually. So yeah, we need to look into that and see how we can do it in what order. I'm also interested in one thing. I'm just gonna do a little quick poll one more time. do one more vote if you don't mind. I'm just curious also what motivates people to make a review. If you know, obviously only a fraction of people that makes a Steam review, and I noticed a huge down spike yesterday on Steam review, which is quite sad to see. We were just going up on 80%, and then it crashed a little bit. So hopefully people will update their reviews eventually, or whenever. Yeah, being lazy is a common case, I would guess. I'm just curious. Yeah. I mean, that's the most common, right? That people don't care pretty much, or spending time or whatever. Demo man, didn't we handle the case though? We had a meeting, the whole team, because obviously there was a lot of debates and confusion, and we needed to cover that in great depth. So demo man, if you go on the Discord, there is an official statement and response and how we handle that. So those reviews are not correct anymore. Obviously, that says that what happened haven't happened. You see, so those should be changed to whatever. If they still wanted to not propose the game, then obviously that's fine. But it should be valid information at least, right? Do you see what I mean, demo man? Bad crackle. I'm sorry to hear that. I assume the mods handling that correctly, and depending on the severity, it may not be a permanent. I don't know what happened with crackle. I'll change my review. It made it fun. It's been obvious what happened. The reviews are about the trade exploit and the rules changing on the spot. I mean, they were before, right? We have the statement today. So that happened yesterday, the 12th. And today is the statement. But yeah, okay. Are MK series going to have a similar look? No. MK series is different architecture and design. Dogmere. Who the hell is Dogmere? What do you mean Ogmere? Oh, Jesus, a huge fly. No, so obviously staff is taking action according to the statement. I'm sure you've seen it. And yeah, sorry about delay, but depending on the case, what happened, and we need to try to make the right calls and have all the data and information. Sometime we need to gather the leads, Star Vault developers also, to get the full picture of everything. Usually that's not necessary. Usually we have covered most of it, so the staff can handle everything on the fly, and that's obviously the goal. We don't want game devs to have to spend too much time in going through cases, right? But there's still room for some improvement, and we're adding that so that will be more fluid upcoming. It's the only game I've actually ever written a review on. Also heads on pikes. Indeed, we need a heads on pikes. It's vague. We need real details of what happened. Of what happened? I mean, if someone is using illegal things or against the rules, the staff take action just as normal. As simple as that. Confirmed MK series next batch. No, the next one again. Sewers needs more time. The next patch is early next week, but sewers are coming in the next one again. Mine is now a positive review. What do you mean? Did it have a negative before that? I mean, that's perfectly fine, obviously. I'm just curious the motivation of actually spending the time to make a review. I mean, I think I haven't done many reviews myself, and of course it requires a little commitment to do that, right? And it's interesting to see if there's how that, you know, is done, and if there's any thing that can help that when we are getting ready for Epic release and so on. So we can judge the game based on what the game offers, rather than, you know, that we had a few thousand during release that justifiably gave us a bad review for the release being bad. But many of those may have changed their mind when they actually try the game again and see, you know, can base a review based on the actual game, which hopefully is the goal eventually. So, you know, getting review based on the game rather than other stuff is our ultimate goal, so we can see how the game actually is performing. What the hell? I heard a very scary scream outside. It's not Halloween yet. Vitamin C, zinc, vitamin D3. Exactly. I'm taking them all. It's ogre. Thank you. We got no ban. No, that's not true. All bug abuse, exploit, or anything of that kind always get a strike, a ban. Depending on severity and other acts, they may be converted to a permanent ban. There are several steps, as you can read on Discord. I think these surveys are actually really good. You should make more often. Yeah, like I said, there's always interesting information to get from it. And yeah, out of these people in here, 58% have not made a review, which is expected. Most people don't bother, right? But 36% actually made one, which is quite good, I think. And then there's a little group that are unsure, just wait until the game speaks more, I guess. So yeah, makes sense. Interesting. I mean, that's the thing, right? If the game speaks for itself, you're happy, we're happy, and that's a snowball effect, and that will show the community in the world that, you know, there's a group of players that are happy with this game. I'm interested in trying it. We've seen that a lot of people show up. Wow, I hear, you know, there's so many negative reviews, so I didn't bother. And then they actually looked for themselves, and holy shit, you know, the majority of that was actually based on the failure we had during release, and actually not based on the game whatsoever. And when people dare to try it for themselves, they've actually been pleasantly surprised that this is a unique, interesting game. So, and it makes sense what happened, right? Yeah. Confirm MQ serves next patch. No. I think I'm falling behind, right? Let me scroll down so I'm not way behind. You will see TC Siege pictures and demonstration quite soon. We may be able to start a few things. And you will also see it on the roadmap when you can expect it to, when we plan to go live, in terms of when, in what patch order. Oh, sorry. All right. Is Create and Die is going to be part of the existing profession? Yeah. So every component in World you can extract color from, which will allow you to put color in a dye tube. So that means you can make millions of different types of hues and color types. So you can do some really effort into making a very unique type of strength in your color. It's very sophisticated and cool. Which means if you manage to do that, you save that color in a dye tube, and you can color that for your gear and your guild to have that very unique touch of color type. So it's a very cool system. No, they're still investing in the Risa animation bug. Unfortunately, it's one of those foes that strikes from nowhere. It doesn't happen on test. It's the same code. It happens on live. Sebastian is debugging it. He managed to replicate the issue, which is a good thing. Hopefully, we'll have it fixed very soon. Right, let me jump down for the last part here. Take a harder stance against exploit racism and bigotry. I mean, obviously we do everything we can to stop racism, exploits, and stuff like that. It's against the rules. We try to make it very clear and define what you're not allowed to do. And we have GMs that are doing everything they can to handle these cases. And we are both removing, banning, and removing VoIP access to a lot of people every week that breaks these rules. So it's not that we are not, you know, but obviously if that happens, someone get a bad taste, report them, and someone else hear it, and then he had been, you know, either removed or banned or removed their VoIP. There's nothing that prevent that guy from still think, oh, that was a thing and nothing happened, because they are not getting alerted. Yeah, that guy that you heard 5 minutes ago, by the way, he's banned or removed or whatever that may be. And of course, he may still write a review if he think that is hindering the experience in a bad way, and that's what he thinks. I mean, that's unavoidable, I guess. If they can't know everything, they can't be everywhere and see what we're doing. That's actually one of the reasons why we actually made some updates on explaining, doing ban updates, showing that, you know, this month we have banned a lot of players, and this have happened, just to show that, you know, there's a lot of hard work behind this. It's not that, and no, we are lazy or ignoring. It's actually a lot of hard work behind this, and sadly, it takes a lot of time from many of the developers or in the team, obviously, especially the support team. But that's required and it's necessary, and we will keep fighting it. And hopefully there will be some people that also notice that. Oh, okay, great, he can't use his VoIP anymore. Oh, great, he's gone, that did that crap. But the thing is, those people wouldn't go to Steam View and write, oh, by the way, I had the best service ever from a quick responding GM, very nice, very professional. He handled this and removed that exploiter, and that bastard was banned or muted. Excellent, I'm happy. That doesn't happen, right? You know, it's much more common that someone see, oh, this is outrageous. I heard this and I don't know the facts of it, but I'm gonna go write it because I feel better. That's natural. That's how it happens. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge. And also in a game like this, where, you know, there's a lot of freedom and it's a sandbox, it's very quickly for us to foresee what they may do until it's happened, and we can confirm it and then deal with it, right? So we are working hard. I hope you can see it, and I hope some of you guys also acknowledge it, so people see that part as well. But we don't expect that to happen, obviously, because if people are enjoying the game and are happy with that, then why would you go bother time in writing these? Doesn't benefit anyone and doesn't make sense. So it's all understandable. Assuming it's such a bad business practice. Yeah, this is part of the challenge, right? There's so many games and companies that have problems with this and think that a lot of things goes wrong way due to crap that they can't handle or be in control of, and people may very easily get misled with random information that are not even close to the truth and facts. And yeah, that's why some of that is not the best system ever. And this is also why Epic Games doesn't go that road. They said it's not good, we're not going to practice that. It's not good for the game, it's not good for the players. They get random hateful information that can be very untrue. So, but yeah, it is what it is, and every platform decided whatever fits them best, right? The only thing we hope is that the game will speak for itself on Epic Game release, and people that are the slightest interest try it rather than listening on random information or rumors or whatever that may be. I mean, we still have haters from Model 1 making up stories about me personally that is just out of this world, and I'm almost ironically amazed how the energy level can be there for, what, 15 years? It's crazy. But that doesn't stop me from continue working. I enjoy this project and I'm gonna keep doing it. We're banning support for DLSS now that Forces is released. Yeah, eventually we will update it. No, unfortunately the Rise fix we won't be in this next week patch. This one is already being finalized, but they're working on it, as I said before. Oh, Jesus. I did a review yesterday in Discord and I got banned. A review in Discord? How do you make a review in Discord? I mean, obviously mods shouldn't be banning anyone for nothing, right? There are valid reasons, and if you think it's unjust or unfair, then contact the support team and they will investigate. We always aim to improve every single area where you are in contact with anyone with us, you know, from devs to support to mods to everything, GMs. Make a poll for points of interest in South. We're getting South. We don't need a vote for that. We're getting this patch actually. We're getting, I think it's around MK area. We're getting points of interest, and then we have Hilspeya. And then I don't remember what's the next area, but yeah, we're getting there for sure. We see more tilt magic like light torch spell. Yes, with elementalism. The next school will get some of those utilities already on Grim TV. Mulvas? Yes. Let's take a peek what the roadmap may have for us next week. The game is very cool, but you need to polish it a lot. It's very buggy and clunky everywhere. Please fix it before adding too much stuff. We are. So as you can see, the latest patch for 7 months, we've been doing nothing but polishing and bug fixing. That's been the main focus for a long time now. And we will still be doing quite a lot of bug fixes. We have a few specific areas that we absolutely need to have those on a good level. So yeah, we are working on it. Alright, let me jump down one final time to see if we have some ending questions. Way behind. God damn, Henrik! How about Ghost Rise? Where for fast travel for Ghost Form 2-3 of them over the map. God damn! I'm not sure about that right now. So we're gonna have a lot of importance when it comes to tactical movement in the world, especially with TC and sieging, you know. So we need to be very careful about that. Very, very careful, man. You mentioned that tamers would have pets abilities. Do you know when this will come into play? Beastmaster and real timing skills needed. Yes, yes, yes. You will see Beastmaster on the roadmap as well. This is it. Why is not Ogmi banned? If that's the guy that did the bug abuse situation that we already posted about, then he have been the staff have acted on that already. I don't know if you mean in here or whatever, if that's a user here. I don't keep track of all the different spellings and so on. I mean, if a player are getting strikes or warnings or doing things they're not supposed to, you know, we don't really keep track of Twitch user accounts and so on and ban them from our channel. If we got a one strike or so, a warning, we don't ban you from all our forums or channels. We have a procedure, and you can read that procedure in the Discord, what we will handle and where we can handle it. No roadmap sneak peek now, sorry, but next week I plan to present it. And is there any chance of getting more modern UI so it doesn't look so low resolution and pixelated? Yeah, we will update that part also along with the Unreal 5 transition. God damn! You're lying. Though we have new schools of magic and sewers that destroyed our city's FPS instead of fixing many issues, just fix things, please. So we've explained this many times. It doesn't work like this, and so we have a team of different developers. Everyone can't jump in and fix bugs and codes and so on, because that's not how it works. There are many different developers in this team. So that means, yes, everyone that can fix bugs are doing that, which means there are another team developers that can't do that. Should we tell them stop working because the players don't want to see any content go into the game? So even though that's the only thing you can do, stop, don't work, go home. I don't know. That isn't realistic, right? Obviously everyone needs to work, and there's a huge pipeline, a lot of content and stuff that we are planning to add into the game. So everyone is working. We can't do those strange things and telling people to stop work only because you only want to see bug fixes. So I hope this makes sense, that along with bug fixes, everyone needs to work. Everyone. There's a lot of safe areas where artists can add content while coders fixing bugs, for instance. And there's also certain developers that fix art issues, locations in the world that have been reported. So we are focusing on that. God damn! Ban me? Alright, alright. It's turning into redneck. Why is Army not banned? If he's the guy that did the so-called trade incident that we talked about, then he is. So I don't know why that is keep coming up. We use the same rules applies to everyone, right? There's no specific targeting or specific rules other than that. So yeah. Oh, it isn't banned. It just means you can use third-party programs now, so you can go down the mining button. This is misleading. First of all, we took a stance and action, and we posted it. So now we need to be very careful here and not, spreading misinformation again. It doesn't do good for anyone. If staff and team have decided this is illegal, we're taking action, then we're doing that, obviously. And making sure what the rules are, so it's very clear for everyone, and then moving forward. That's how we work. Maybe not fast travel, but MC means of transport. You can hire caravans that go faster than normal. Yeah. I mean, we are getting more mounts. We're getting wagons eventually, and more tactical components that are very important when it comes to moving around in the world, both in war and TC and sieging. So yeah, we need to be careful. We need to be careful. Was in Tiramisu? Yeah, yesterday. I mean, we took the stance today, right? So need to be careful. Are doing an American accent? Am I successfully doing so, Lindsay Farner? You tell me. Loving the Swedish farmer accent. All right. I have no clue how that sounds. If it's a non-Swedish or a specific American accent. Why ignore the wall of shame? I'm not. We have had that debate before, and that's why I don't want to keep doing it many times. So obviously there's a few very important aspects that needs to be cleared and gone through before we proceed with that. And right now I don't want to bother the key people in the team with this, because we have an extremely important roadmap to deliver. Important patch next week. We have a huge task with Unreal 5, the roadmap being presented. So we have to have specific time to clear those things, including some other things as well, before we can do the final step, to make some things happen or not, depending on the decision, right? Swedish Ragnar farmer Clade win. And clowns don't fear. Figuring out damage around the houses so pets can move freely. Not against like random size, but it's going to be in the roadmap as well. So there's 2 points. Damage in houses is part of this. So it's going to be one of those patches that you're going to see in roadmap. Need a job? Got a job opening? Yes, you can look at starvault.sc and there will be some positions there. Make assets for only Firestone and repay. No, doesn't work like that. Pixels, some of our former employees many years ago, are working with Epic Games now, and they're making some insane, great material scanning assets that are for all Unreal Engine users. And there's some cool stuff there that all grand game companies are using, and we're looking to use some of that as well. Making it extremely realistic, all the mountains, rocks, ground, trees, stuff like that. That are just out of this world quality. We're looking into getting some of that. Are we Doing any more giveaways? No, we're actually done with that. We are on the ending points. Been here for a little while. I've been a little bit too sick to jump in the game and be focused, so I'm just sitting here chilling with some QnAs. We've done the giveaway, and I'm about to end just in a minute here. When was he banned? So again, when we post an announcement, that's when obviously staff are taking the action again also. And I don't know exactly what hour that was. You can see it on Discord. And then obviously the staff needs to go follow that procedure. There's also a few other characters that spell a name very similar that you have to be aware of. There's been quite a noise when people are spelling very closely to other names and trying to do different stuff. Happens every now and then. Don't blame the player, blame the devs. Alright, yeah. Ogmaya. At least very close spelling his name. Yeah, like I said, there's so many people that find it super funny to spell character names very close to other players that are in the heat of things, or guild leaders or whatever that may be, or even my name, or that happens all the time. And quite every now and then it works. Some people are framing others with different actions with very closely named character names. A little cheap, but that happens quite a lot. I like the American accent as a guy from US in the South. Right, more core. So did it sound as I had a Swedish accent on it, or did it actually sound American somehow? Well, good damn is pretty good. It's tricky for Swedish to break that Swedish accent. I think it's quite common. You very quickly hear if it's a Swedish talking English, I think. Can I get a yeehaw? Howdy, partner. What is big news? Yeah, I covered it 3 times, so we'll do a timestamp for tomorrow's recap stream. So anyone that missed this stream can get it there, or you know, we went through it a little bit, but some exciting stuff. And I remind everyone to be re-invited next Thursday. Me and Sebastian gonna do a new stream, and we invite everyone to participate in the next big stress test battle, in which we feel quite confident that you're gonna see we have fixed that issue. And if that's the case, then we have a huge celebration, reaching a very important server-side milestone in terms of supporting large-scale battles. Oh. Will books make it back into the game? I always enjoy seeing a game guides for new players. Yeah. I mean, you already seen part of it getting in, like notes and books, and eventually players will be able to write their own books and publish them also, like in Mortal 1. It was a nice feature. So yeah, it's coming eventually. It's not on the highest priority order right now, though. If you lived in Nave, what clay would it be? Hard to say. I try to add value in every single clay that makes me want them for the different reasons. So you know, it's a tough one. Are you guys hiring from the US? A developer friend that would like to join your team? Yeah, we have people from all over the world, from US, Australia, Sweden, Spain, many different, a few different in Europe. So yeah. Did not know the team was Swedish. China. Indeed, not that many knows. We have been in the shadows for quite a few years, and hopefully we will step out of those shadows along with Epic Game release and show the world an exciting sandbox MMORPG from Little Sweden, indeed. No, I can confirm that Armenian incident has been banned. I confirm it myself. So the statement we done, I mean, dealt with, and so on, right? And staff is going through everyone involved and handling that case when it comes to the money and so on. And yeah, unfortunate happening, and obviously we need to take responsibility, make it clear, and then hopefully we can move on. Can you drop the fake coughing, please, Henny? I'm not trying to fake my coughing. I would love to not feel what I'm feeling in the throat. But alright, I'm doing my best. We're going to be able to paint metals. No, not the metals. All the soft tissues and non-resource materials is the plan currently. Indeed. Nothing more to drink. Alright. Why can't I give the sub? Not sure. I have no specific setup that would prevent that from happening, I think. I don't know if I can affect that. We got subs before, that should be working. How is Marlon going to cope with the Epic release population? Yeah, so obviously since the population issue with the Steam release, we have put dedicated network developers on doing nothing but optimize and fix those issues. And we've gone a very, very long way since then. We're not close to capping out currently. We need obviously more population. And like I said, next Thursday we're gonna put it to the test. And hopefully we will break close to 600 players if you guys can help us make it gather again and see if we can have a fight without the node having any problems. So we done huge optimization and progression. So that's part of the roadmap. There's a few other things that we're gonna work on before the Epic release. They're all working on it already, but deliver. And on top of that, we're gonna have a plan B to make sure that if we get an influx of players that we can't handle with the current setup, we're gonna have a plan B to make sure we can handle the additional players that want to play. So we're working very hard on this. Hope we can collect mats now for the dice system in the future. Yes, you can. The data is already there. So yes. $3,315 hours in the game and still have not killed anyone. I love this game, brother. It is the best game ever. Nightingale Lema. I'm very happy to hear that. Impressive amount in game, and yeah, honorable not to have killed anyone, and I'm happy you're enjoying it. Alright. Let's see. Oh, never heard of this game. Disco Hobbits, you're not alone. There's a big amount of players out there that haven't heard about the game, and plans are to change that when we are ready to hit the next big milestone, releasing on Epic Game platform, and start some major marketing of the game and hopefully making awareness. So we're planning to change that on a grand scale when we are more ready. So 4 hour stream. No. I'm planning to end it very momently here. Just gonna. Sounding pretty American, lol. God damn. Yeah, it's not easy to polish off that Swedish accent. We talk good English, but we're definitely gonna have the accent. Yep, it's true. You notice it quite easily. I thought you went full American. I assumed you were going to talk about the South Rising again. Yeah, playing around with the accent, always fun. But I thought you would hear it though, as an American, that there's something fishy going on there. If not, then great. I did not hear the Swedish in your voice, and I'm a native speaker. It might be the cold though. I mean the cold bass rustly effect. I don't know if that helps, but obviously when I'm playing that accent game, I can put down that tone to try to make it non-Swedish with bending it quite a lot. Maybe the southern accent is easier to play around with. I don't know. But yeah, it's strange. Just talking normally, you hear the Swedish clinks, usually. PewDiePie accent is pretty American. Yeah, he is, right? Yeah. And the younger generations that starts early with the interaction of internet have a pretty polished accent, I think. I think they're getting better. My generation started very late. People weren't even using internet back then. It sounds like we're from Stone Age, right? I was one of the few in my school that actually were playing Ultima Line back then, and that's the only thing that brought my English to a much higher level than all my friends on the school. So when I was doing English tests and writings, the teacher even asked me, have you been living in America? You're using all these terms that I'm not even recognize. And that was Ultima Line. So I never studied much, but I were in the top thanks to Ultima Line actually back then. I started early writing and talking with Americans, so that's what brought my English to a pretty good level for not really studying it deeply. And yeah, obviously the younger generation today starts even earlier to have that interaction, right? Hello. Do you love fish sticks? It's alright sometime, but it's not the favorite one, but works. Sounds good to me. There's consequences for RPK, could be improved, yes? Yeah, sure. And we're gonna add improvements along with the nation task system and security changes with the zones. Fiskpinna, indeed. You get omega-3. It's very good. Can you send us a master reputation to determine something for the event? We will announce ahead of time so you can slowly start going there and when I want to participate. And it's going to be obviously outside somewhere. Last time was pretty good because we can pinpoint also exactly where we were on the node to get solid data. So maybe somewhere close to that. It wasn't too far from the Sausage Lake, you know, center of the map. Game add elementalist just to my character. I'm not sure about that. I never heard of Swedish tea. Honestly, will not mind drinking Henrik's tea during the streams. What's your favorite Swedish tea? I mean, they're quite classic. I don't know if there are specific Swedish teas. You know, the green tea, vanilla tastes. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. With some honey. Cabbage, potato, and dill. If we got a big boom in the player base on Epic release, will the alt server be a thing again? That is the plan B we're working on to refine and have in place if we need to go that way. So that's our plan B, to refine that step. So we're looking into that. Stalved is the hidden gem of Sweden. Among so many big game devs over here, hope they get to grow some to ramp up the scope of Mortal Line 2 like it deserves. Thank you, On Grim. Indeed, there are many good developers in Sweden. We are quite high up on the world map when it comes to delivering a lot of good game development, for sure. I mean, just online minutes ago. No, so Agamir, that character that was part of the incident, is not able to log in. Period. I think you can start the menu and it looks like you're playing a game, but you can't if you're banned. Gender changing game. I'm not sure what kind of mechanic that will be. I have to talk to Mats about that. I think you should drink from the bowl of salted tears. Might help your throat. Good idea, show games. Maybe the blue bottle helps. Oh. All right. QnA capes. When dying comes in, we will allow dying on all the soft tissues is the plan, yes. Including capes. Which obviously makes it a little interesting, because now we have very specific colors on the capes. And do we allow those to be recolored or not? It's a decent question, I would have to say. Yeah. Mr. Giveaway, do you have those often? Yes, every Thursday pretty much. Every Thursday, so you got a shot every week. God damn, make it sound alert in game, please. Thanks for another great stream, Henrik. Model 2 is awesome, magnificent. Thank you very much. Alright. I think this is it for me. I'm a little past what I was aiming for, and my temperature is rising. I feel it when it gets late. I may have 1.5 temperature fever right now, so I'm gonna take the opportunity to try to get some rest. But yeah, as always, people, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you tuning in and asking questions and having a chill evening with me. And like I said, I'm very much looking forward to next stream. Sebastian gonna be here. You can ask him some questions, and we're gonna hopefully confirm a really important milestone to support large-scale battles on the server side without any hiccups. So very much looking forward to that. Hopefully you guys can prepare a little bit to be ready to help us confirming that in great numbers on Thursday. Bring your friends and guilds, naked or gear, whatever you want to risk, and we'll make an announcement ahead of time so you can prepare, and hopefully we will get great numbers and awesome results. I'm gonna pass a little raid here if you wanna still continue watch some gaming stuff. 600 man naked battle. Yeah, maybe temperature raises even without fever. Alright. Do you have any preference on who we should raid today, this fine evening? What say you? Or should we do the classic poll? Because my brain is going down slowly but steady right now. Raid Ogme, he's not even playing or streaming, so stop that nonsense, you know? Nonsense. Okay, let's see. How do we have streaming? Squarely, Savman UK, Avira TV, Lyrics, Rants, R2 Gaming. There's quite a few. Quite a few. What do we say? Do we have any Squarely? Shall we go to Squarely? Or Fisher Master? We can do it. We can do it, and that's the that's the only suggestions I got so far, I guess. Alright, let's do it. I need to get some rest. Where's my raid button here? Alright, guys. Again, thank you very much. I'm streaming. Okay, I mean, obviously, we're not in control of Twitch. But alright, thank you very much. And have a great evening. And hopefully I will see you on Thursday. I'm gonna bring in Sebastian, and hopefully we will confirm great large scale battles are now possible and stable on the server side. So here goes our raid then to our fisher friend Squarely. If you never fished before, meet him and test fishing. It's fun, it's great, it's easy to get into, and there's enormous depth of exploration and great value in many different ways, including specific dye colors eventually. So yeah, you can already start preparing. Alright, have a nice evening and good night. Bye bye. Did my raid fail? I think I've been running too many windows. No, it worked. Alright. Good night.